What's up, everybody? So this video is regarding the big recall that DeWalt has put out for a few years with their DeWalt miter saws. So this is a 12-inch compound sliding miter saw, and DeWalt put out a recall notice for years 2019 after the month of 04 through 2022 the month of 04. There's several that can be affected, so there's a good chance that if you've gotten a miter saw from DeWalt in the last few years, you could have a model that's been affected by this safety recall. And so this video is going to show you how to look and identify if you have that model and how to replace it. Now, some of the models involved are the DWS 779, the 780, and the 790. So if you're trying to check your miter saw to see if the safety recall applies to it, there's some codes and numbers that you can read to identify that. So the first four numbers right here are the year, and then the next two numbers are the week, and the last two numbers are the plant code. And so what you need to do is, looking at their form, you need to see if your set of numbers falls in line with what needs to be repaired. And this is how you do that. So according to this notice, it's the date codes of 2019 week 04 through 2022 week 04. So on my saw it's 2019 and the week is 38. Therefore, it falls within that range and it needs to be addressed. Now, there's one other thing, that some of these have been inspected already and they'll be marked with a green dot or a black dot, and that will be in these locations. One location will be right here on this silver aluminum, where we will be replacing the rear guard, lower rear guard assembly. There'll be a dot right here somewhere. The other location would be right up here where we're looking at this date and manufacturer's code. Right next to it you'll see where the serial number is, and you'll have a little dot at the end of it. Other than that, if you meet the date range that we discussed right here, that means you actually need this recall part, and DeWalt sends it out for free. You need to make sure you ordered that, and then the following part of this video will show you how to install it. So here's what you get with the DeWalt factory recall for the rear guard repair kit. You get a new replacement rear piece here, and a couple screws to attach it, and the instructions. That is to replace this piece right here that they say is faulty, could crack, break, and cause danger. So we're going to go ahead and replace that. Loosen that screw. Alright, so once the screw is loosened enough that you can lift this assembly up high enough that you can now get to the blade screw. So now that we can access this, we're going to go ahead and remove it. Alright guys, so now it's time to take this blade off, and you'll use your tool to turn this loose. Now this is opposite. As you can see right there, it shows to tighten you go counterclockwise, and to loosen you go clockwise. That's so it stays tight when the saw is actually running. So we need to go the opposite direction on that. We'll use this button here to lock the blade. So I'll show you what I mean by that. You don't want that to turn, so you can actually loosen it. So if you lock the blade here, push the button in until it locks, and now it would be the motion of your typical if you're tightening, but instead what we're doing is loosening this. Okay, once it breaks free, it's really easy. You just loosen it up, and then you pull this off. Okay, screw, cover, and the actual blade all come just like. Okay, with the blade removed, we can pinch and remove this extra rotating piece here. That way we can access both this screw and the screw underneath, which you can't get to until this is removed, but that's very easy. You just squeeze this and drop it down and take it out of the way. Now we can go ahead and remove this screw and this screw, so we're ready to put the replacement in. Alright, so I'm going to get these removed. Alright guys, so now it's time to put in the replacement assembly. So, first thing we have to do is remove this insert just like on the other one so we can access both sets of screws. And so that's going to be easy just like the other one. Now it does have a little spring in there that we have to go ahead and make sure we keep track of, but you squeeze it and pull it out. That little spring right there can come loose, and then we'll just put that spring back in when we replace it. But in doing so, now we're ready to go ahead and mount this up. Alright, so next we're going to go ahead and mount this. I got Boss Man helping me out. What's up, Boss Man? Hey, buddy. So me and Boss Man are out here putting in the work. This is why he's Boss Man. Today's vest. Boss Man. Alright, so next I got my 2 screws in this. This is removed. We're going to go ahead and install. I'm going to go ahead and get this piece put back in. Now, this may be a pain. I haven't tried it yet, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got. Got a point right there. So that looks like it will link up right there. Just like that. And click it in. Alright, give you a close look. So the replacement is now in. We're ready to go ahead and put the blade back in and finish this up. I'm going to hold it locked. Alright, so with this snugged in by hand, I'm going to go ahead and do the final tightening, holding the button, locking it in. That's good. Now that the blade is all the way tightened back up, we tighten this up going counterclockwise to tighten it, which is this way. We're going to go ahead and snug this back up. Okay, it's always good to do a quick safety check and then we'll test this out. So we replace this rear guard, tighten both of these screws, and then we replace the blade, and this is all the way snugged down counterclockwise, and then we retightened this screw that we loosened for this upper blade guard assembly, and now we're ready to test this. Oh, you guys want to see Boss Man one more time? He's bored of this video. He's ready to move on. Alright. Beautiful. So that's it for this video. The replacement has been done. The saw is working as you just saw. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video informative. And as always, please like and subscribe. Me and Boss Man are out for today. See you in the next one.